NBC News correspondent Morgan Chesky joins us now from those protests in Denver. Morgan, what are you seeing and hearing from those gathered out there today?
As in Clay, we're seeing and hearing a lot. This was thousands of educators across the state of Colorado that pledged to converge on the state capitol today to make sure their voices are heard. They're here for various reasons, but it all centers around funding. And I just want to give you a glimpse of how many people have shown up here. If Carrie can push over to the Capitol, you'll get just a glimpse of the educators here. But in Clay, as it relates to the funding, last year, the state pledged to no longer divert dollars away from Colorado schools. However, they're now this year in the face of a $1.2 billion budget shortfall. And a lot of uncertainty is certainly in the mix right now. That has brought educators out here. Another factor, in Clay, is how schools are funded. This is a new plan from the governor that educators say will shortchange a lot of smaller schools and communities. I want you to hear what one teacher had to say in particular about the fears of where things stand. Take a listen.
I think what we do today has national implications, and I hope that we come out and show a strong message that education matters, that teachers' voices matter, and that we are going to show up and stand up for kids.
So, Clay, you hear those concerns on the state level. They say those are only compounded by the fact that they know what President Trump may say today in Washington regarding the Department of Education and its potential fate. And that is why there is an air of uncertainty that hangs heavy over the Colorado Capitol today. Clay?
So, Morgan, demonstrators calling for change. What happens after today? Are there more protest plans? And have we heard from the state?
There are no protests, at least currently planned, in addition to this one. We do know that the governor has defended the stance he's taken as it relates to the state budget. It is not formalized. It's merely being proposed right now. And while he said that he will make sure that schools get valuable dollars that they need, there's certainly a somewhat of a level of disbelief on behalf of the educators here that have gathered on the steps of the state capitol. Clay?
Morgan Chesky in a lively Denver, Colorado. Thanks so much.
And joining me now, Kevin Vick, president of the state's largest union, the Colorado Education Association. Thanks for being with us. I want you to tell us more about this because obviously you heard what Governor Polis wrote. He said this is hurting parents, it's hurting students. And I want to add to that what one Denver official told our local station.
Work that they're doing at the Capitol. We want to make sure that our schools are funded in the way that they should be, but at the same time, this action does impact the same students that they're trying to help.
So he's suggesting, as the governor did, that what you're doing is actually hurting students. What do you say to that?
So thank you for having me on, first of all. And I think I need to add a little bit of context to what's actually going on here. So it's not just about this year. Colorado has been running a deficit in education really for the last 15 years. And so what you are seeing right now is all of this pent-up frustration from being underfunded for well more than a decade. And last year we were promised that practice would be ending. And here we are right back where we were for the last 15 years. And I think people are just sick of it right now. And what I would say on the other point is, look, we have not been secretive about this at all. We put this date out weeks ago. We gave people and school districts and the governor plenty of time to prepare for this. They all knew we were planning this day, and so the idea that it's a surprise is a little bit of a misnomer. As well as that, you know, all of our educators, because they have been planning this for weeks, have planned their instruction in such a way that overall learning won't be disrupted. And then lastly, I think it's really important to understand that coming and exercising your civil rights and being a part of something like this is really educational. And so we have a bunch of students that are here with us fighting for their education as well, and providing that opportunity. And so this is not exclusively about educators. This is about how are we going to fund Colorado schools moving forward.
And obviously, this isn't just about what's happening in Colorado, because your funding debate comes on the same day President Trump is set to sign the order to dismantle the Department of Education. Couple that with funding cuts, couple that with teacher shortages. How hard is your job right now?
Well, I'll tell you, I think the biggest issue right now is just all the uncertainty. There is really so much that is unknown about the future of Colorado, the future of education, and the future of our country, really. And so, I think this is providing an opportunity for people to take a little bit of control and say, no, we are fighting for what we believe in, and we are fighting to make sure that Colorado education is going to be better in the future.
Kevin Vick, as we look at the helicopter shot and the huge crowds that have descended on the state capitol, thank you for letting us understand why this is happening today. Appreciate your time.